All right, everybody, welcome. Shaving with the Squadgeman. Yeah, got a bit of stubble here. Well, we're going to get rid of that. And today we have a very special new thing going on. This has been soaking in some hot water, well, warm water. I don't have a hot water boiler, so it doesn't get very warm. But look, I finally got a shaving brush. Yeah, this is a Wilkinson Sword shaving brush. Wilkinson Sword is one of the companies that back in World War II were commissioned to produce the Fairbairn Sykes combat fighting knife for, special forces, commandos, that sort of thing. My favorite knife, basically, stealthy assassination, sentry removal, that sort of thing. So unfortunately the water's not very hot. I would prefer this water to be a lot hotter. Now I'm sure Wilkinson Swords, that has been around probably for 100 years or more. They produced a lot of other things, but during the war effort, that's one thing they produced, probably a lot of other stuff as well. So unfortunately, this is not very hot. It's basically lukewarm, but I'm still going to moisturize my face with some water. Get the hair follicles wet. Get the hairs themselves wet. And things like that. Now, unfortunately, if this water was hot, it would be much better, but we're going to deal with what we got. This is pretty improvisation type channel. I don't have fancy stuff, and I make do a lot. So this brush has been soaking. This seems to have natural hair fibers. Badger is the big one that hairbrushes are generally made out of, but whether this is badger or some sort of pig, not really important, don't care. It's a stiff bristle shaving brush and whatever. Anyway, if you want to see what a Fairbairn Sykes combat knife looks like, check it out. They're a thing of beauty. I wish I had one, but maybe one day if I ever get some money, I will. So I've got a bowl here that I was this is just a bowl, what is it, Corningware or something. I was soaking the brush in it. Generally, when you're mixing up your lather, you want to have a rounded bottom bowl. I don't care, whatever. And I don't have any fancy cream type shaving cream in a tube or anything like that. I'm just using this Edge Gel stuff I got on sale. Same thing. Throw a little in there, take my shaving brush, and I'm just going to swirl it around. All the fancy guys are probably going to, take umbrage in the fact that I'm using this shaving gel. But, whatever works for them. I don't care. It's all basically the same. I mean, you're basically just lathering up some sort of soap. And by lathering, you're just getting some water and air bubbles in there. It's like, the more lathering you do, the smaller the bubbles will be and the more foamy it'll be. The less lathering you do, the bubbles are going to be bigger, and it's not going to be so lathery. So look, this is pretty good. If you can shake it around like that, that's all you really want. Now my face is a little dry. I'm going to try to heat up the face cloth a little bit more and put it back on for a few seconds. I've been chatting too much, but anyway, that's how you do it. If you want to buy fancy soap, you can do fancy soap, and if you want, you could use really cheap soap and just add a little lotion to it if you like. That's basically all shaving cream is, a bit of soap with a bit of lubricant in it. Soap itself is good enough, but it might dry you out. You can always supply lubrication, some sort of face cream later. You could get your cheap old bar of Ivory soap and do the same thing. You can lather up quite well and shave with that, which actually I used to do. I used to, believe it or not, I was more of a minimalist back then than I am now, if you can believe it. Because I'm a pretty bad or good minimalist. So yeah, then you just take your brush and you can apply this stuff. You don't have to rub it in the way I'm doing. You can just slap it on like you're painting the Sistine Chapel. You know, painting over the Sistine Chapel. Some guy, you know, a couple hundred years ago put all those figures and stuff. Nice coat of white paint right over that. Looked brand new. That's a joke. That would be terrible. So look. Just slathering and lathering. Wiping. Like that. And this is why I tend to shave with no shirt on, because I tend to make a mess and I get water all over the place. So I'm gonna rub it in a little. You don't have to. And after I rub it in a little, I'm just gonna wipe some more on. I made all this lathery old shaving cream, so it's either use it or throw it away. So since I got it here, I'll wipe it all around. And look, looks like one of these bristles already came out. That's fine. This shaving brush should last me for many years if I just take care of it. I'm the only one who uses it. This is the first use, actually. But yeah, looky. Looks like I'm sitting in a barber chair somewhere and getting ready to shave away. Now I'll leave that there because after I shave once, I might have to do it again. I might have to do it 3 times, I don't know. I'm just using the blade. I'm gonna wet that. Remember, we're going with the grain, very gently. The blade is doing the cutting, and it sounds like I'm applying a lot of pressure when in reality I'm not. So I usually just start at the same spot all the time. Sounds like I'm really scraping away. Trust me, I'm using very little pressure. The blade is doing the work. When the blade gets blunt, still don't press hard, just do it again. Shave more than once. See, this is why I don't wear shirts when I shave, generally speaking. I used to for these videos because, you know, people might say, oh my God, the guy has no shirt on. Boo-hoo, I'm triggered. But, you know, if you don't like seeing me with no shirt on, just put your hand over your screen like that, or get a piece of paper and cover that bit up. If you don't mind, I don't mind. You don't mind. I'm a human being, you know. Yes, I'm a little bit overweight, maybe I'm a little fat, but I'm working on it, you know. At my age, there's probably not a lot of success I can hope for, but whatever. Just pretend I'm your father or something, and or if you're one of my kids, I am your father. But anyway, you know, whatever. We're at the beach. Pretend you're at the beach. That's always a good one. All right. This is working fine. So with the grain, here we go. Now, usually at this time, I would be feeling with my other hand for stubble and whatnot, but I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to actually apply some more shaving cream and do this again. Nothing wrong with it. Apply some shaving cream. All that eucalyptus type stuff or whatever the heck they got in this shaving cream. Synthetic, man-made, artificial eucalyptus extract. Probably some sort of petroleum products. I don't know. You buy cheap mass-produced stuff, you can't expect, you know, premium type ingredients. That's fine. All right, so let's try this again. Same thing. This video is getting a little lengthy, so I'll try to get through it. So, with the grain, nice and gentle. The shaving cream is basically just lubricating the blade, taking care of your skin a little. You don't want to shave dry skin with a blade. You tend to get a lot of micro tears. You don't want those. Ooh. All right, looking good. So now I've done that. Now I will pull the skin up over the bone a little, stretch the skin with my open mouth skin stretching technique. Other techniques, the puffing of the cheek. These are just ways to tongue under the lip. I guess you could do this one. I've never done that one before. Feels weird. All right, now that that's all done, I'm very, very, very gently going to go against the grain. So, however much pressure you were using with the grain, cut that in half. Go against the grain. This is where you risk ingrown hairs, pimples, cuts. So this is where you got to pay attention to what you're doing. And now I'm just going to feel for stubble, wiping with my hands, using your sense of touch, glide around. Always be careful